Hey gang, Buffy Prescott here from Wolf Whistle Wounds, just sharing my replay with you, or rap as some of you call it, for 25. Listened to a whole bunch of artists this year, but none more so than Turnstile, the Baltimore hardcore crew. I've been listening to them for a few albums now, and this one is, well, some dub hipstercore, but I don't care what you call it. Whatever they're doing it, keep innovating, keep pushing. I adored every one of these 1,969 minutes that I spent with Turnstile. Can't wait to see them in January. Nine Inch Nails, number two. There's no surprise there. These are one of my faves. The Tron soundtrack dropped, which was probably the best thing about that film, and also got to see them a few times. One of the most impressive lighting and screen shows I've ever been a part of. And yeah, I would have pumped them, getting pumped for the gig. Also, getting ready for the gig, I listened to Beth Gibbons, the voice of Portishead. I went to see her with my man Chappie, shout out Chappie, at the Sydney Opera House earlier this year. So moving. That voice is, well, if you've listened to Portishead or Beth, you know what her voice does to you. In fact, half of these minutes are probably from the insomnia soothing I required from a playlist I made of her set list. So couldn't sleep at night. I'd put Beth on and she'd take me away to the land of rainbows and fairy floss. Number four, Hayley Williams. I'm going to bring some controversy here when I say this album is close to the best thing she's ever done, and that includes Rocking Out with Paramore. Now, that doesn't mean Paramore suck. They are awesome. But this album is just speaking to me, and I'm feeling everything she's saying, and I spent a lot of time with this album this year. Number five is Ant, and everybody's saying, who's Ant? Well, he is a hip hop producer who is the better known as the production half of the group Atmosphere. Now, Atmosphere dropped a really interesting album that went through the alphabet, 26 tracks from A. Every track starts with a letter from A to Z. You should check it out. It is not as gimmicky as it sounds. But Ant's golden era vibe that he brings to his production just is cut above a lot of production that's out there at the moment, and it hits me in the hip hop nostalgias. So yeah, Atmosphere. Check out Atmosphere. Number six, Deftones. Now, there's no surprise here either. These guys are one of my faves. My dog's name is Chino. That's a side note. And I can't wait to see some of these new songs on stage when they visit us in May. I wonder if this guy will be there. Probably not. Number seven, Tyler the Creator. Now, if you told me 13 years ago that listening to Odd Future, that my daughter's favorite artist would be Tyler the Creator, I wouldn't believe you. But that's not why this is so high. I was listening to him a lot too. Another hip hop producer and creator who is just kicking goals every time he gets behind the boards or gets on the mic. I love what he's doing for music and hip hop in general. Number eight, Idols. Now, there's probably a residual effect, I should say, here. Idols were my number one band last year, and got to see them in January again. They never cease to amaze. I just think what they're doing and what they're bringing to the music landscape is unmatched. And I will make sure Idols appear in my top 10 again next year. Or they will make sure anyway. Number nine, Wet Leg. Now, I was bummed with Splendor Washout a few years ago. We were meant to see Wet Leg that day and miss them. But I'm going to see them at Laneway in a couple of months' time, or in a month's time, maybe a couple of months' time. And yeah, they're just pushing the envelope with the sound that they've created. The first album was fun, and this one pushes the fun to another level, but also the songwriting and production is miles above what they had done previously. Have a really good time with this album every time I put it on. Number 10, De La Soul, another hip-hop favorite of mine. R.I.P. Dove, Dave the Dove, Trugoy the Dove, Yogurt backwards. If you know, you know. Yeah, those guys will always remain very close to my heart when I listen to hip hop of any sort. Number 11, Charlie XCX, another residual effect from 24. She is, like, I saw her on stage at Laneway last year, and her Against the World. Charlie on stage by herself, nothing else, nobody else, and tens of thousands of ogling spectators. And she just owns it and runs it. Can't wait to see what she does. She's got some big cinematic contributions coming in 2026. So I can't wait for that. And number 12, no surprise again, Public Enemy. These guys basically raised me musically and socially, and they'll always probably appear somewhere in my high rotation. Did bring out an album this year that was poignant, which was probably one of the most socially conscious and relevant albums that they've done in the last 15, 20 years. So if you get a chance to check out that album and you liked Public Enemy back when they were hot, you might like this album as well. Anyway, that's my top 12 artists. Thanks for spending time with me. If you've got anything that you want to say about my list or share your list, sound off in the comments, and yeah, I'll get back to you. Maybe Wolf Whistle Wounds will appear in your list next year. I'd like that. Get them out.
Thank you, Buffy.
Just one rush, why?